All right, we ready to start? Ready to make some magic? Make it happen?
What's not gonna happen?
Oh, God, wake her up. Go get a drink.
I need some fucking ice cold water on my face, down my back, in my pants.
Oh my God.
Maybe I just
In
get
your
some
pants?
Yeah, maybe I just get some ice cubes and stuff them down there. I don't know. Just trying to be innovative. Jeez.
You crazy Brits. All right, what's happening, guys? Thanks for watching. I don't want to do the lead into the show today. J-Rye Rye's going to do it. How about that?
Look, I'm not going to do it energetically, and I probably won't even do it accurately. If you are happy with this, then I will do it.
All I want hit is welcome to the show. Today we're going to review the Netflix program Master of None. And
shit, man.
you're going to take your dating calls. And Mr. 213's got some I don't know.
Okay. And if I fuck it up, I don't want you guys taking the piss out of me too much.
If you fuck it up, you do it again. I'll edit it and post. Where did you
Okay,
go?
cool.
And
I'm here.
doesn't matter because I don't need you for while she does her intro. It's cool, so you can fix your hair. It's cool. Yeah. So whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and let her rip.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. This week, we're going to be talking about our pick. I can't even fucking speak! Ah!
I knew as soon as
You
you
gotta
started
think
that
about
second
it.
bit, I was like, oh no.
Okay, I can do this. I can fucking do this. Yes.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
she's got it.
I got it.
Got it.
Just got it.
She's got it.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. We're going to be doing our Netflix segment. I can't fucking speak.
Oh yeah, this is the intro right here. So she
You
can
know
keep
what,
fucking it up as many times as she wants.
Every
Yep.
outtake will be the same. Okay.
Round three.
Right.
Just attack it. With wine.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. Today, we will be reviewing Master of None as part of our Netflix segment. And then I'm going to be taking some live phone calls for our Love, Lust, and Lunacy section. And there will be more. Thanks for joining us. Okay. I just don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
All right, Liam.
Okay.
Liam, you pick up this part.
No, I'm done.
You're done. You just.
I'm
make
on
a
the
drink,
bench. I'm on the
Go
bench.
take a nap. Whatever you need to do. This is Mr. 213's time to shine as the.
Oh, he's gonna do it like a fucking pro as well. Don't make me look shit, Liam. You need to fuck up at least once, okay?
Liam, if you don't one take this, oh my god. No, he's got dinner in like 5 minutes. He's like, all right, I gotta go.
I was gonna say I've got there's dinner pressure. There's dinner pressure. Also on tonight's show, we will be reviewing Travis Scott's performance for his digital concert on Fortnite. Stay tuned. Thank you. You're welcome.
All right, so thanks for tuning in, you guys. To rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast, and follow us and leave comments, you guys. Leave us comments and rate the show. That's how the show gets ranked. So that way you can find us because it'll rise to the top. So you can say this show's great. You can say this segment sucks. Whatever you want to say, just rank and rate on Apple Podcasts. So Netflix, my Netflix pick for this week was Master of None. Master of None. So it's a comedy series set in New York City, right? New York, right? Yep. And it stars comedian Aziz Ansari. And it's about an actor and him navigating through life in New York City. I liked it. I thought it was funny. I wasn't really familiar with his work. I only knew who he was because of the Me Too thing, where he allegedly was being accused, or wasn't allegedly being accused. He was being accused by this girl he went out on a date with for some inappropriate behavior. That's how I found him. So and this was years ago, mind you. It wasn't recent. But yeah, I thought it was entertaining. I liked the New York vibe about stuff, and it had that. Yeah, it was funny. It made me laugh. I like that he has his parents in the program, and they're terrible actors. That's why it kind of almost works, because they're not actors. They're, it just is what it is.
Get the family on the payroll.
Yeah, why not? So yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked it. I'll watch it again. I thought it was funny. I haven't seen season 2 yet, but apparently somebody has. So yeah, I'm giving it a good rating. So I would advise you to check it out if you like comedy. If you like, he's different. His comedy's different. Wouldn't you say?
Yes,
it's like
for
his
sure.
Style is different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why do you think his comedy is different? I don't think so.
No, I think the way his mannerisms, he just feels different. His energy is different. I don't know, just based off of different comedians that I've experienced, I just think he's a little different. That's all. So I like it. I recommend the show. What are your thoughts on it, Liam? 1, 3.
I didn't like it. I've seen a few of his shows, and his shows for me are quite hit and miss. Like, I don't know, if it's an hour, you might get a few chuckles out of me for 10 minutes, but I'm not like, side splitting the whole way through. That's not, I don't vibe with Aziz like that. I do. There was a couple of bits that made me chuckle, but nothing more than that. It's kind of like a very real lifey thing. It's not, nothing's really over exaggerated. It feels like it's very attempting to be as real as possible.
Yeah, rooted in realism.
But I didn't really find it. I didn't find it funny. I wouldn't watch any more of it myself.
It kind of, as you describe it like that, it kind of can be compared to maybe like how Seinfeld was. I don't know if you saw Seinfeld, but again, it was based in the same city as well, and both comedians. And yeah, it wasn't really about anything. It was a very casual show, but they were funny moments throughout the show. But this is obviously a little different, but I can hear what you're saying. So you wouldn't watch it again? You're not going to make it to season 2?
I'm not going to make it into season. How many episodes are in season 1? I don't know. I watched 2 episodes because there's no point in just watching one episode of anything anyway. It'd be like, oh, this isn't good or whatever. So I gave it 2. Right. But no, yeah, I wasn't sure what kind of vibe it was going to follow from the beginning, and then like 30 seconds into episode 1, like he's potentially got this girl pregnant, and they're going to get the pill like in the middle of the night, and he gets that apple juice. Like I was like, what? I didn't get it. I wasn't sure what was going on. I wasn't ready for that vibe. Right. That's all I'm saying.
Stargazer, what are your thoughts?
I'm trying to remember. So that was the first. So I watched this ages ago when it came out. I am a fan of his stand-up. Yeah, I mean, like proper chuckles. I mean, I've watched his stand-up. I don't know, 2 shows or whatever, the ones on Netflix, several times over. And yeah, if he was better looking, I would put it on him. He's kind of like my perfect man, except the whole Me Too thing. I mean, alleged, right? Yeah.
Date.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it sounds pretty creepy as fuck if it happens. I mean, didn't like this. But then I always felt like really weird. Like, because I think I remember she was a journalist, right? And she went over and she was just like, yeah, he gave me head like really aggressively or something. I was like, what? I mean,
that's either something you want or you don't want. And if somebody's doing
okay, yeah, because I wouldn't be complaining about it.
Yeah, say, what are you doing? Knock that shit off a bit.
Yeah, exactly. I don't get it. I'd just be like, also, like, for it to like get to that point, some shit must have happened beforehand. So if you're not feeling comfortable, then just be like, I'm out. Cool. Thanks very much. See you later.
Apparently, it was when she went back for seconds, or he went back for seconds, where she was just like.
But like, wasn't it? Like, I swear the objection was like, "Oh my god, he tried to like give me head so many times."
Is that what it was?
No, I mean no, that was like part of it. But I think at one point she felt very uncomfortable, so she went to the bathroom and she kind of like, I don't know, either she locked herself in or I mean, to be honest, I probably shouldn't be talking about this because my recollection of it is really fucking hazy. But I think she was saying he thought she'd just gone to the bathroom or something, but apparently she was in the bathroom for hours, and she was saying she was in there because she was like barricading herself. She was really afraid of him. I mean, also I don't want to be, but like, come on, the guy is tiny. The guy is tiny. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I find it quite hard to see him as like some aggressive character, but who knows? Who fucking knows?
Hey,
okay.
I didn't see Bill Cosby as somebody that was
No, I can see that.
potentially allegedly doing what they said he was doing.
Yeah, that's a really good podcast about that. Okay. So, yeah, big fan. I'm a big fan. I like the first series. I mean, because it's very much based on his stand-up, which I'm a fan of. So, yeah, he's quirky. I like the fact it's...
Sometimes that doesn't translate because, like, the Louis C.K., he was funny as a stand-up, and then and I didn't think his show was that good, honestly. At least what I saw, the ones I saw.
Yeah, I think I saw that too, and I don't think it's had much of a lasting impression on me. And then, like, Bill Burr, his what is it? The cartoon he's done.
F is for Family.
Yeah, I'm just like, so what is this? Is this supposed to be a comedy? Yeah, I think for me personally, that falls really flat. I'm trying to think actually, like where are the successful examples of? Well, you can say Everyone Loves Raymond or something. Actually, I don't even know if he was a stand-up comedian.
Well, Seinfeld was the famous one.
But then again, I don't think. I mean, you have the snippets of him doing his stand-up. I mean, I don't think his stand-up is any good.
Oh no, his stand-up's trash.
Yeah, right. So we're just a bit like he thought this would be a good idea. Like, hey,
Larry David.
I love Larry David, but the thing is, it's just a bit of a weird one because you usually would think like, shit, that guy's so fucking funny. Like his stand-up's so good. Like this is going to be very easy to convert into a good show. But if anything, the actual contents of the show elevates the show. It's not, rather than like the stand-up kind of like, it's probably the stand-up bits that drag it down a bit. Yeah, it's like Larry David's magic. That's what, has made it a classic.
I have to say, I was a huge fan of that show back in the day.
Yeah, no, I like Seinfeld, but I just don't think he's funny.
No, I agree. I caught it on the end. Like, my friend's sister used to watch it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I don't watch it. And then I started watching it after it was probably mostly done. And I enjoyed it in the 90s. I started rewatching it literally maybe a month or two ago. Doesn't hold up to me at all. Like, I'm watching it. Maybe it's just me, because
really?
I've had different experiences in the past 20 whatever years. So maybe my outlook on things is a little different. But some of it I still enjoy. But, like, I used to enjoy all of it. Like, I could watch all the Seinfeld. I used to go to a house in L.A. and we'd play. He had this fucking Seinfeld board game, and we'd do shots if you missed your questions and, shit like that. So it was kind of a big deal. But, but I don't know. I just didn't think it was as good now. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So
sorry. Can I just deviate on that subject? Have you watched, was it Comedians in Cars or something? Is that the show he's done? That is utter shit.
I've not seen it.
Oh, do not bother.
There's only like 3 funny episodes, and it's more funny because of the people on there. So I think there's one with Will Ferrell that was funny, but because it's Will Ferrell rather than the show, like the show isn't good. The show's nonsense. Like it is literally just comedians. He just picks them up in a car, and they talk stupidness for I don't know this journey. They go and get some coffee and they go home. But that show isn't funny unless you like the person who's also with him, and even then, it may not even actually be that funny. That's what's depressing about that.
So just to go back to Master of None, series, the first series, I recommend it. I think it is really good. And it actually does highlight some really interesting points.
I think that's where I connected with it because
yeah.
I'm an actor and they were talking about, stuff they say in the show. I don't want to spoil it.
But the second series, for me, it was just such a leap away from the first series. And actually, I would go as far as to label it as pretentious. And then the few episodes that did kind of return back to his stand-up, it was awful. It was really lame. And it's so sad because I really did hold the first series in such, high esteem.
That's the only reason why you like this so much. I said you just wanted to have sex with him. That's why.
No, not like the way he is. I mean, if you can kind of have a Hoover, and suck out his personality and put it in somebody really gorgeous, like Uhtred from Last Kingdom. I mean, I'm not too sure because I think sometimes people's personalities are informed by their physical traits, which I hadn't really thought of before. But I think somebody said that to me a few years ago, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're quite loud and sassy because you're petite." And I was like, "What the fuck has that got to do with anything?" To his point. And then I realized that maybe when I guess that's why they have the whole phrase coined Napoleon complex. So I guess that applies to women as well, that maybe even subconsciously, because you're small, you don't think you're going to be noticed as much. So you try and overcompensate with your personality. Whereas I think taller people just generally are a bit more relaxed. They're just a bit everybody can see I'm here. There's so much of me. So I think, it might not work if his personality was in Uhtred's body. But yeah, I think it's quite lighthearted most of the time. I think it's good. It's the first series.
I agree. Liam doesn't like it. That's all right. That's what makes people so special. We all have opinions on shit. What's the pick for next week? It's 213. What's the word?
We are going to try, and while the initial reaction didn't sound hopeful, is a film that's not long been put on Netflix called Time Trap, which is about... actually, no, Vaughan, this is where your description is going to be better than mine is, because mine was still going to be something along the lines of people in a cave, time goes by differently, it's all a bit of madness.
You want me to read it from the thing?
Well,
I don't remember what I said.
You had it in a good voiceover voice as well.
I remember. Yeah, but I can't match that voice. You can just say any shit with that voice, and people are like, "Yeah, it's cool. Sounds great."
What's the name of the show again, or the film, or whatever?
Time Trap.
Time Trap. Okay. All right. Let's pull this up here. Let's see what it says. I usually charge $2.68 for this type of shit. But... All right, here we go. Time Trap. It's a film in 2007. Let's see if we can find the summary here.
I thought it was 2017. 2017.
2017.
Oh,
sorry. 2017. Yes, I misspoke. I'm looking for the review or the synopsis, but I don't see it.
I thought you were going to say Fountain of Youth.
A professor enters a cave and goes missing. Some of his students come looking for him and get trapped in the cave as well. This is written by a 5-year-old. It's teacher gets lost, and the students go looking for him, and they get lost too. Anyway.
Teacher go bye-bye.
So this I think he's an archaeology teacher. He's looking for a fountain of youth, and he goes to these great lengths and gets into trouble. The only reason I'm really interested in watching it is because Brienne Howie is in it, and you may know Brienne Howie from the Comedy Central.
Oh shit, he's got frozen. So what's her name? Brienne
Howie. She's on The Exorcist. I think that's still on TV, and she was on I Live with Models, which is a Comedy Central program that they actually used to shoot over here in England. So, all right, so that's where we are for next week. Time Trap. Let's get to the Love, Lust, and Lunacy segmentente here. Got a caller on the line. I don't know if she's there or not. Let me turn this music down. Caller, are you there?
Hello?
Can you guys hear her?
Yes.
Perfect.
Hi.
I
Hi.
can.
What's your name, please? I don't have a name on my screen here, just a number.
It's Allison.
Right on. What's up, Allison? What can we do for you today? Talk to J-Rye Rye. Tell her all your troubles.
Unburden yourself, child.
So I'm living in kind of like a weird situation, where like I'm living in basically London, and there's a couple of flats that's kind of like close together, like there's a just like that. But basically my neighbor is super loud.
Yeah. What kind of loud noises are they making?
Pornographic.
Yes.
Oh my god. And it's quite.
Oh no, I can't hear it very well.
Can you hear me?
Oh, sorry, you were cutting out for me, but like.
Yeah.
Everyone, did
Hello?
you hear it?
Oh, I can hear her, yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear that, but I didn't hear the noises, but noises.
She said pornographic noises.
Ooh, okay. So the more exciting ones, okay.
And it's like, I understand like that they're a couple who lives next door, and they're passing the time during this quarantine. But at the same time, it's becoming quite disruptive, especially when I have to jump on a Zoom meeting with work. And I just,
Oh, they're getting it in during the day. They're not.
Sorry. Yeah, they are. Like, night, day, morning.
Wow, shit.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
This guy's a stud.
Yeah, I think he's got he's got enough to go around.
So what's the problem then? So you're jealous, or you're not getting any, or you just can't get any work done?
No, I think it's just past that, just because it's becoming like ongoing, and it's just like having porn constantly in your background. It is becoming disruptive so much because I need to get on a Zoom call and stuff like that. And one of my colleagues pointed out was like, I can hear sound like that. And I was like, it's my neighbor. I'm really, really sorry. I can't help it. And she.
First of all, never apologize. Never.
Do you know your neighbors? Like, have you met them or?
Yeah, in passing, but
are they hot?
I don't know. I'm getting like this weird vibe of them that they don't want to kind of like they're a very private people, and
or not so private as we're kind of finding out.
That's what you should say. You'd be like, I know you're a very private couple, but I can hear all your shit, and you probably don't want that. So maybe bring your 11 down to about like a 6.
Yeah. Yeah. I just find it really intimidating, just because like the girl is one of those flatmates who leaves notes, like passive aggressive notes.
Gross.
So I feel like I don't want to say anything because I don't know if she would flip or not. And I had previously like been in a situation where they like went psycho. So yeah.
What the fuck? This is not cool.
So can you go? What happened? What do you mean psycho? Sorry, I'm hijacking your segment here, J-Rye.
No. I kind of wanted to know. I wanted to know, but like I was like, maybe we should stick to this. I've got some solutions for this problem. I want to know about the previous psycho shit.
We just lost her.
Fuck no.
Hopefully she'll call back.
I had questions too. I have questions.
She's calling right back.
Yes.
I think we got her. Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got her. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Allison, what's the previous psycho shit they pulled on you? Or she did?
So there was an argument. So my ex kind of confronted her once, because I think she was just complaining and bitching to her landlord. I forgot what it was. I think it was just because like something with the dryer and like that we were using it often. My ex went up to her and she basically told the landlord that he was trying to like barge into her room and like assault her. I'm sorry guys, but I'm with a full-blown psycho here and I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Okay. Have you got a number?
Sorry?
Can you get her phone number?
Yeah, I can.
You need to give this to me, Alison. I'm taking this out of your hands.
Oh, wow.
Outsourcing.
Outsourcing, don't worry. Alison, just consider it dealt with, okay?
You're like a
my God.
hired hitman.
Yeah, she's gonna feature on our next podcast. We call it the Showdown Edition.
So what I would recommend, and again, I know this isn't my segment. I'm not the advice giver here, but I had a roommate that used to do that when I lived in Michigan. And actually, sorry, he wasn't my roommate. He was temporarily, but not. What happened wasn't happening while I was there. But after I moved out, he was having sex with his girlfriend during the day, and the living room was right above or below his bedroom, so we could hear him. Like, in the middle of the day, they would just go upstairs and just be smashing, and then, they would leave. But the friend of mine that was there used to piss him off so bad, so he would put a porno in, and he would turn it up really loud, and then he would just leave. So all you would hear in the house would be this porno, and he's not even home. So you could try something like that, or you could try something a little more diplomatic, like what J-Rye Rye is probably about to recommend.
Oh, that's not diplomatic, really. Okay. Well, one of the ideas I had earlier is that, what Vaughn was suggesting is kind of like fight fire with fire, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, right, I'll put on a Fortnite. But I'm thinking go the other way. Put on some like really weird, super religious shit. Yeah, do that, like, pray for their souls, or something really fucking weird. Yeah, just do like, and then they're gonna be like, it's gonna put them off. This is gonna go, so that's what you need. I think that's what you should go for. Or I'm thinking, is this, why don't you make this somebody else's problem in a way? You tell your landlord, so then the awkwardness is shifted to him.
Yeah.
And then he has to do it. Because it's like, also, the thing was also, if, he remembers how this woman dealt with the situation when your ex confronted her. Let's say, like, he knows, he knows you, he knows your ex, and he's thinking, this woman, she's a little funny. He might be in a better position, you know what I mean? And what is she going to say to him? She can't be like, so he's in the firing line here, not you. I think maybe you got to delegate. Yeah. Okay?
Well,
Either he takes care of it or I will, okay?
Thank you so much. I got like 3 stats now. Sorry?
Alison, don't go, Alison. I've got a question, please. Okay. Don't go. Are the noises, are they one-sided? Like, are they all coming from her? Or are they coming from him? Or is it both?
Yeah, it's a good question.
It's coming from him.
Okay, wait,
not her.
No. Okay,
no.
So here's how you get the noise to stop. You can cause internal conflict, right? Because you can have a conversation with them where you could pull him to one side and be like, I don't know if you guys know, but I can hear you. But also, she doesn't seem to be reciprocating in the same way that you enjoy it. Like, just throw a little wrench in there and just see how they deal with it. Because, then you can just hear the arguments going on, and then you can just enjoy the arguments. Just do that.
But do you think you might do the opposite, though? It might motivate them to have even more sex. It's like, I can please my woman, I can please her, kind of thing. So...
Well, at some point, she'll just be like, okay, stop now. I've had enough. Okay, I don't know what you're trying to do because it seemed to be working fine before, and now it's all over the place, and I don't know what to do anymore. Okay.
She's like, I'm numb from the
That
waist
works out.
down.
That works out for you anyway. Then, if that ends up being the case, because then they stop.
Exactly.
Win
Just
win
throw
for,
something in there that makes them just start arguing a little bit. Just be like, I don't know. Just be like, does she even like you? She's not saying nothing. I can hear you. I can't hear her. Nothing.
She's just not that into you.
Oh my God, I'll try that. I've got like 4 steps from this phone call. Thank you
Awesome.
so much.
No, thank you.
Thanks for calling
Juicy
in.
problem. I loved it.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you guys. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
What was her name? Angela?
Oh, I call it Alison, right? Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
I said Alison because you said Alison, so if it wasn't Alison.
Hey, if you say a lie enough, it becomes a truth. So it's fine. It's fine. There we go. That's so funny. But can we do that on a show one day? I would love to have like just confrontations with people, just kind of like random. And they're like, who the fuck are you? Like, how do you know about the situation? Like, like, I'm here, I'm gonna deal with it. Okay.
I had a business idea similar, like that, similar to that, because we were gonna help people break up with their
Oh my God, I know. I've been like wanting to do this for ages. There's actually a film. I think it came out last year. It's at the BFI Film Festival, and it's called The Breaker Uppers. It's an Australian film, and but the thing is, it wasn't actually really that funny because I read it and I was like, God, that's my idea. Because I would love to have these like. I've got this whole idea. I'd be like Judge Jenny, and I come in. I think especially like with couples, I'd be like, you're being a dick. You're being a dick. You're made for each other. But I would quite like to somehow get it. I quite relish an awkward conversation. It's when I'm in my comfort zone.
I'm really sorry. We had another caller for you tonight that I was looking forward to you taking. I saw the preview from the production side, and she's not called in yet. I haven't been able to get a response from her, so unfortunately we'll have to cut that segment there. But maybe next week. So if you guys have questions, what's the WhatsApp voice message number?
It is +44 77 20 39 1457. It's my private number. Oh, I said it. It's out there.
All right,
Let me
so
know what pics you want.
she wants the dick pics, guys.
We're gonna put them on the show next week, so be careful.
So speaking of dicks, what's going on with your dick?
Are you asking Liam?
Oh, I'm asking you. Your boyfriend situation. I'm getting into.
Oh no, we haven't spoken at all.
Usually have a Vincent segment, so I didn't know if
I know it's weird now. I'm just like
updating any chapters.
I'm just like any guy I start dating, I just call him Vincent just for continuity. No, I haven't spoken to him at all because you know what? Fuck it. I built enough bridges of peace during the time, and you know what? It just comes a time where you're just like, it's not on me, it's on you, because actually you acted like a dick. And if you don't have the humility to apologize, or humility, inclination, or just not bothered, you have confirmed 100 times over that definitely was the right decision. Actually, funnily enough, I mean, I think I got a little bit down about it maybe a couple weekends ago, but that was more out of self-pity. I was just like, I'm amazing. So I didn't get why I'm single, but I was just like, whatever, it's fine. Right person would come at the right time, and that's all. And I'm just got work shit to be focusing on. Maybe a 25-year-old French tenant. But anyway, whatever.
What?
Hey, that shit was unplanned, okay? That's just unplanned. But hey, you know.
What?
You're gonna be orbiting this. If you're gonna be orbiting this, you're gonna like 80 seconds course.
It's an English thing. Is this why I don't understand what the hell she's talking about?
Well, when she says let nature take its course, I think she means a bit of, let the river flow. But if we need to, drill a bit so we can force it one way, let's do a little bit of that. So I don't know what she's planning on doing, to be fair.
Who's this 25-year-old tenant? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Jeez. Well, okay. So, God, I can't believe I'm fucking talking about this. Okay, so I'm back at my mother's, and she does have a tenant. He's 24.
Wow.
But he's mad. He's fucking mad, this guy. And, it makes things interesting. And I'm just like, he knows my age. I told him my age. But he starts saying shit, you know what I mean? I can't remember. We were talking, I think, last weekend. And I was, like, texting or something. It was, like, probably around 10. And he's like, oh, who are you messaging? Yeah, so I'm messaging in, like, an ex, some while ago, not a recent ex as such. Even though, like, nothing's really going to happen, but he's very attractive and, like, he's a lot of fun. But in terms of reliability and stuff, like, there's, like, no way anything serious will come out of it. And he was like, oh, who are you texting? Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, you have lots of men. And I was like, oh, as many as stars in the sky. And then he was like, oh, do you want to add a French star in your sky?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Wow.
What?
I know. And this is, like, in front of my mother as well. I was like,
oh,
I mean, we both burst
what?
out laughing. It was quite funny. So I just thought that was, like, whatever, like, oh, jokes, you know what I mean? I mean, like, I get it, but I'm kidding.
That's a brave move to make as well. That can backfire. If that backfires, like, he's out, like, very quickly.
Yeah, I tell you. And then, actually, one of the reasons that I was up quite late because he's been making these margaritas, and, like, that is how you get to my heart. It's true, a margarita. One's gonna have them lined up next time you're at it. And we were drinking, we were painting, and we were watching. I introduced him to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and he tried to put some moves on, but I'm like, yeah, got him at there, Nino, because it's just a bit like, you know what? Like I think this time, oh God, it actually was this time last year. I did get with this like 25-year-old French guy just on like a random night out, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, you're just having sex, whatever. It's, not a biggie. But like, this is different. You know what I mean? This is like the whole, you could be shitting on your doorstep situation. Plus my mom would just be like, oh, you're a pedophile, blah, blah, blah. And I was like.
And this is your literal doorstep. Like, this isn't even a metaphor.
Yeah.
This is your actual
thing.
doorstep.
I think it's a really bad idea, like really bad. But like, I don't know.
Do you know why you think that? Because it fucking is.
I know. Also, I have dated somebody, actually that XXX, whatever. I said I was texting. I met him at work. I've actually been, and then a serious relationship I had, I also met that guy at work. But then I was leaving. That also happened with this other ex. But whilst we were still working together, it did turn a bit sour, and it was just like so shit because I could literally see him across the floor, and sometimes I would message him during the day, and it would like take him, I don't know, like 6 hours or something to get back, and I'm like, bitch, I can fucking see you. You've made like 3 cups of tea. If you have time for tea and to go to the loo, you've got time to text me, kind of thing. I was just like, oh, that shit just drove me mad. Like, God, that was crazy. I think I told you about that, didn't I? Like, that was when I was like, I thought I was so in love. Like, I was like on fire. I couldn't sleep for weeks. I was just so excited. Like, I was like vibrating like at such a high frequency because I was just like, oh my God, like, woo. It was crazy. But then it all came crashing down. But there was always, I don't know, I think I started messaging him again because I was just a bit like, oh, there's so many good things, but then, you're a dick. So yeah.
What was going on right before that relationship?
Well, that's when I had like finished my long-term relationship, and that kind of had dwindled already at that point because
Do you think that one had anything to do with that being the second one being so fire?
yeah, no, I do I agree because like like that ex I had the long term, like he's a really wonderful guy, but like it's just really like there was like no passion anymore. I felt very bored. I was just so obviously yes, you're right, exactly, like the when you've had like a low, like a very, very low trough, like the peak is gonna seem, really high in comparison. But actually, to be honest, even compared to like anybody else, like in my life, especially like to date, I would say I felt like it was that love they talk about in the movies, which I know is a bunch of bollocks most of the time, but like it was there. Like it was just crazy, and like all these synchronicities were happening, and it was like we could like read each other's minds. I like got him a book, and he was like, "Oh my god, how did you know?" I was going to buy that book like an hour ago, and I'm like, "Got it for you because I followed you and you didn't notice." No, it was more romantic than that, but it was.
Sure it was.
It was really, it was crazy. It was crazy times.
Well, don't fuck the housemate, all right?
I don't, or do you?
Not.
It's just when I'm like, no, you had to give me advice. Like, no, yeah. Or I'd just be like, yeah, when you move out.
That should be the question of the week. Jeez. Anyway.
What's up, guys? Head over to Time to Jam on YouTube and subscribe if you guys are into watching high-level League of Legends gameplay. This guy gives commentary teaching you on how to become a better League of Legends player. And he posts multiple times a week Leagues of Legends gameplays along with Leagues of Legends guides and tips and tricks videos. So check him out and follow him on his road to Diamond Plus. Time to Jam. So here's his socials. Follow him, Twitch him, whatever you guys do it. Check it out. Back to the show.
I think you had something.
Well, I wanted to have a brief discussion on thoughts on the Travis Scott Fortnite digital concert, first of its kind sort of thing, which Jenny is not a fan of.
I honestly didn't understand why he had such a hard on for it. I was like, what? I was like, what am I missing? Like, I didn't get it.
It was, well, I mean, it's the future of what it's on a very rudimentary level, on a very basic level, but it's where I think we're going in general anyway, with how we're going to receive our entertainment, especially in times like this. Like, that's going to be the only form of concert that people can see, unless they're just watching artists perform at home. But I liked it. I liked the creativity. I liked how it changed vibes. It was interactive. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it was real good.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I enjoyed watching it just because I hadn't seen anything like that before, which was probably the allure of it to me. I think once I've seen it, I've already seen it now. You got to really do some extra shit, do something above that. So
I think that's how they will aim to do it. It's difficult to then recreate. It's difficult to recreate it and go one up, but that's what they're going to try and do. Across what was it, 5 shows? They got 27.7 million different viewers, I think, across 5 shows in 3 days.
Right.
Which, if most artists went on tour, no one would ever reach like a live audience of that number.
No,
and his streams went up a ridiculous amount. Like just before even the first show started, his streams were up 50%. So it works, whether people like it or not as a format. It works.
But do you think it's just because it's a novelty factor, so that's why people are downloading it so much?
There's an element of that now, but I think there'll be more people will want to try either through this format or another one to do something similar. obviously with Fortnite, something which has its own platform of millions of players and interactive people per day anyway, it's easier for them to just pick up an audience and for you to reach a certain amount of people. But with something like this starting, it just means that people try and innovate further anyway. People want to do like the next big thing after that. So this is also just sort of like the first wave of whatever this new form of media and entertainment is, I think.
I mean, okay, first off, I didn't understand. Like, I just thought I was watching some video game. So was there any interactive elements? Did I miss that bit? Were you,
well, you
like,
can actually,
you could
as
be,
the character, so...
You were the character
like
running. Is that where you were controlling that character?
Yeah, I was... Yeah. So
Okay,
I'm actually a part of it. Like, I can get closer, I can get further away. I can, move around and follow him around the map and all that kind of stuff. So from that point of view, like, I get why, because if you're just watching it and you've never seen the game or played the game, it just seems like a video game thing.
Yeah, that's what it seemed to me. What else was I going to say about it? Well, I don't think it's ever going to completely replace a live concert. Absolutely not. There is an atmosphere there that can never be replicated. And even if the artist in question is like a tiny little dot in the distance, it's just the collective energy of the crowd that really make it, poignant and stand out. So, but I think it is a good thing for some people who aren't able to go to these concerts because, these artists don't always play in every country and stuff. And obviously, like, if you're disabled or something like that, like, it's good that you can, like, but also they do that quite commonly, right? Like, at a concert, they record it and then it's like they release it and stuff. So, I mean, if I had a choice, I'd rather watch it live than do the whole virtual thing.
That's
or if they
it's because you're young is why. When you get older.
Well, no, because I just feel like you see the human reactions and stuff. That's going to have more of an impact than if you're just watching some video game graphics.
Yeah.
I think that will develop with it too as well. Because the way that Fortnite is as a platform isn't supposed to be like this hyper realistic thing. And if you're going for hyper realistic, then you can't have all the, he's hundreds of feet high, running around an entire map anyway. So part of the spectacle is that you're not expecting it to be realistic almost, which means they can be more creative in how they, you're above ground and then you're jumping and then you're underwater and then you're in space, which is something you can't do. Making it more realistic might look visually better, but then you take away some of the charm of it, of you having the option of more creative ways to visualize it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I think, for example, what they're trying to do would translate a lot better in virtual reality.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, I guess like that's going to be. This is like that would be a few steps from this. Because then you would feel like a sense of actually being there, and you can have some realistic elements and some of the far-fetched ones, like, combined a lot more. Whilst with that, for me, it's just totally fake, totally phony, and that's why I didn't think I wasn't playing it or whatever, but I don't think for me it would have much of an impact.
Well, what did you think? Or what do you think about what it means or represents?
I think for a younger generation, it's going to really be utilized. I think it's going to be something that's just going to be part of the entertainment sphere for kids. Definitely, like, probably just your age and that age group and younger, people that listen to that music, that buy that music. So kids that are seeing that now, that are like 15 or, whatever, that listen to that music, when they're making shit for the world in the next, they're leaving high school in a couple of years and they start going off to develop technological advances for whatever computer game or whatever, they're going to use that visual and that experience as the basis for everything that they do going forward. Kind of like how all these little kids grow up with iPads and shit. Their whole life is going to be based off of a tablet, you know, like their phones and, you know, so on. My life wasn't like that as a kid, so I didn't think like that growing up. So having that, you're going to think, how can I make this even better? You know, because to like a 5-year-old getting an iPad right now, you know, when they're 15, they're going to be like, this is shit. You know, they would have to have made this so cool, you know, because, you know, the technology advances. And like we were saying about the aliens, they come in and they say, all right, here's the new iPad, and it's going to be all 3D and shit. So.
Yeah, it'd be like some hologram that just like pops out. And
Typing in the air and stuff.
Not even typing, just thinking it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it's got good concepts to build on for later stuff. For that sector of entertainment, it will exist. People will go. Imagine having that like we used to have this thing called Lasera, which was a laser light show in a planetarium. So you'd go inside and they would have this. They would do like Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd, The Wall, and everyone would get stoned, and you'd go there on like a Saturday night, and it was this amazing 3D light show. So you could do something like that. And if you went somewhere to see that, I think that'd be kind of cool, because then it would be massive, and then you'd really be in it and not just watching it on a flat TV. Then I would buy into that, because then it would be an experience.
Yeah.
And I think people will pay to see that. You know, they would pay to be, you know,
part of it, like actually a part of it, like in it, feel it, like almost be there to properly experience it. Right. That's 100%. That's the next level of this, where it goes at a minimum.
Right.
Is that they introduce a VR element to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just, for example, the concert is happening wherever, I don't know, like in Brazil or something, and then like they're streaming it across all these other places. But yeah, people can kind of go to these, like, let's say, like planetarium places, and they could somehow interact with what's going on, having a crowd experience, but also benefiting from the live performance.
Like a silent disco, but with VR headsets.
Yeah, something like that. And also, it still has that kind of group element to it, but it's just helping you. The advantage is you weren't able to be physically in the same place, but you can kind of reap some of the, you know, some of the joys. Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Yeah, I'm down. We'll see what happens with it. We're almost out of time, so we're gonna wrap and strap it up. I did want to say, I was reading this article that the condom sales have gone down, and because people are apparently having less sex. So maybe it's because I'm not locked down with anybody, but I think that I would be having more sex right now if I were locked down with somebody.
I think because you sent us that article, didn't you, about the common arguments that couples are having now. And I think that's the thing. I mean, I think everybody is too much in each other's space, not like, you know, that space. And I think because you're so fucking annoyed with the other person. Well, actually, exactly. You could have some good sex. You're just like, what's the fucking dishes? You know what I mean? But...
Well, ask Alison's neighbours. Ask Alison's neighbours. Apparently, they're living it. They've taken it and they ran with it. So, you know, it can be done. It can happen. I mean, it seems a bit one-sided, but, you know, it can happen.
As long as it's happening, I guess. Good old days. Anyway, we're out of here. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the show if you don't already. What are we watching? What's it called again? I forget.
Time Trap.
Time Trap.
Reviewing Time Trap.
Trap is a time.
Mr. 213 pick. And yeah, that's it. We're out of here.
Peace.